movie we're doing today is Tales of Halloween. I was the only one that had
Okay.
seen this. So as I watched it again the other day and I was like, oh, I wonder how much they're gonna hate me for this movie.
That's
So
hilarious.
what did you guys think of this movie? The Tales of Halloween, which is like 10 tales in one movie.
Go ahead, Josh.
I thought this shit was hella funny. I enjoyed it. It was ridiculous. It knew what it was, so I was just laughing at it. And plus, this is coming after seeing Halloween Kills, so it kind of made me appreciate it a lot more.
This gave you that entertainment aspect of it because it's definitely ridiculous and over the top. But
yeah.
Okay, is that all you want to say about it?
That's all I can say. That's amazing.
For me, it was like taking from like Are you afraid of the dark and mixing it with Goosebumps and then making it rated R.
Yeah,
it's like what the fuck is going on?
Making it super adult.
Yeah.
It was ridiculous. But I mean, you know what it was, so it ain't like I had to judge it. But this one, I thought this story was good. That the build up, the anticipation, I like how they did that.
Yeah. What about the creature just sitting on the couch, like the way she looked?
That's what I mean. It was just like weird, like because they did hella. You think she's gonna be right there? They're gonna show her face. They did that like 6 times before they actually showed her.
Right, and it was just like quick because it was like she bent over to do something, leaned back to sit back on the couch, and she was just there like cheesing at her.
Yeah, so I like that one. Other than that, the rest of the shit was ridiculous.
No, I do agree with you, Lamar. Like, I thought that was the one you had the picture behind you. Did have a little bit of like creepiness and suspense, where everything was just like over the top violence.
Yeah.
It had a couple that were like creepy, and then it had a bunch that were just ridiculous. But overall, I just thought it's a fun movie to watch. But that one behind you, Lamar, Josh's girl is in it. Lynn Shay.
Is that her?
No, she was the mom. She's from
my girl.
I was like, wait a minute.
Daniel Harris? Christina Ricci?
I bet you like Lynn Shay. No,
I like Lynn
like
Shay.
girl,
When
like
you say my girl.
Oh, okay. No, I get what Josh is saying. She didn't mean like you're a girl like that.
No, not like that. Like you like that actress. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
That's what
I say that. Yeah.
Not that
you
you
gotta say that.
You
say my girl.
That shit.
She was in Insidious, and for the longest time I didn't know she was in There's Something About Mary. She was the older tanned lady with the boobs. Lamar, do you remember There's Something About Mary?
I like Something About Mary, but I haven't seen it in hella long, so I couldn't even tell you if I remember that.
She's actually in a lot of at least the main 3 Fairley Brother movies. Like the first movie I seen her in was Kingpin.
I never really watched that.
Yeah.
Kingpin was
That's why you can't say my girl when I say Kingpin.
Kingpin was a bowling movie, right?
Was that again? Yeah.
The bowling? Okay,
yeah.
I think she was the only like semi-known person in this entire movie. Like there was a couple faces I recognized, but nobody like big time. But do any other stories stand out to you? Or because I have them kind of noted down. I don't know if you want me to go through them and then kind of jog your memory and then maybe talk about them, or
so we have something to talk about because we clearly don't have a lot to say.
I'll say this: the one story, my favorite, because I was laughing my ass off. I think it was the segment "This Means War," and it's when like the deformed guy was that again?
They were battling their decorations.
Yeah. That should have me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Which one did I like? The one that was crazy to me was the one where the people were hanging out watching a movie and the kids were trick-or-treating and the one girl just stabbed homeboy.
Yeah, that was random as fuck.
I thought that one was crazy because it turns out they were abducting kids and like mutilating them.
Yeah.
So like the kids came to find their own. But I don't know if you, maybe because I've seen it a few times, you probably didn't pay attention, but some of the characters showed up in other stories.
Yeah.
I caught the callbacks at the end. Then I was like, oh, they're doing callbacks. So I wasn't paying attention like that in the other stories.
Yeah, I didn't notice it till I was watching it this time. I was like, oh, those are the kids from the third story, they're trick-or-treating, and the garbage lady from Walking Dead, her story.
Yeah, I was like, who the hell is that? I was like, oh shit, that's Floyd from Floyd Christmas from Walking Dead.
Which story was hers? Which story was hers?
The Hansel and Gretel, where she threw her husband in the
That was messed up. That was
she was
amazing.
slapping the shit out of him when he was out of line.
That was so random because she was like, he asked something, and she just backhanded the shit out of him. I was like, what the?
And he's trying. He was trying to make it work, and he just couldn't.
These were all super random. It was crazy. But so the first story was Sweet Tooth. That was the one with the candy, like if you ate all the candy.
Okay, so look, they had a funny ass scene in that one. So like, you remember when the boyfriend, I think the boyfriend's dead, and the girlfriend comes downstairs and she's walking, and then she walks by and he runs behind her with his arms stretched out.
Oh yeah.
I was like, that couldn't have been serious.
Now I don't think, like, to me, like, I don't think anybody was trying to be serious making this movie. Maybe except for the one behind you, Lamar, but like.
No, okay, so I think they were serious in like a CW kind of way. You know what I mean? Like going with what they can go for.
In such a short time too. It's only 10 minutes. So
yeah. It's kind of like they didn't have a lot of time, so it's kind of like they did what they could with all the stories.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it was semi-serious.
I don't know. Like, to me, it seemed like, hey, we directors, let's just make some dumb fun gore movie, and like, have some serious moments, but I don't think it was trying to be too serious or pretentious. I should say.
So, Josh, you probably know. Do you know who the director is? Because I want to know if they're inspired by Quentin Tarantino.
No. The only director I know was the second segment was the guy that did like a lot of Saw films, but everything else I don't know.
The one
even with, then, like, I just knew because they said his name. Like, there's no style he has, so I don't think there's any main directors. There's some actors I've seen, like Lin Shaye, like that's the most well known. But like in Sweet Tooth, the mother that was having candy sex with the husband. Yeah, I don't know what I was like, damn, okay.
No, I was thinking of the wrong story then. I was thinking of that's the same story, right?
Yeah, that's the same one.
Yeah. Because I know, like, the girl in that story, the little girl, she's from Jumanji.
Yeah.
Next level, and then the what's it called? Like I said, the one that was having candy sex with the husband, and the fucking peeping Tom Boyer or whatever the fuck you want to call it. She was from like Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2, Leprechaun, like one of the Leprechaun movies. So she's kind of well known in the horror, like whatever it's called, the horror community, whatever you want to call it. But not on that Lady Shea level, because she's been in like not just the Insidious films, but like what's it called, Kingpin, Dumb and Dumber. Like, she's been around.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I've noticed some actors that have been in like what's the dude in Sweet Tooth, one of the drunk people. What was his name? Was in Basketball and Hollow Man.
You talking about the parents?
The parents that came home and saw
and found them dead.
Yeah. Oh, and also one of the trick-or-treater ladies. She's from Sleepaway Camp. The one with the girl with the penis. If anybody's seen that movie, Sleepaway Camp, there's this girl who has a penis in the movie, not real life.
No, what is she in this movie? And Tales of Home.
She's just like one of the trick-or-treaters. She's like one of the moms that's just trick-or-treating around. Like,
you
gotta play like classical. Yeah, like she doesn't have any lines. She's just in different stories as just a random trick-or-treater. Like, when I first saw her, remember the second story where he's taking you think it's the little kid,
but it's
going around. Demon. Yeah, the devil guy compliments her on her costume.
Yeah, I know you're talking about.
Oh.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah,
you have to really know.
Yeah. And I'm surprised I caught that. Yeah.
So that was Sweet Tooth. The second one you mentioned, The Night Billy Raised Hell. So that was the one where the devil man takes who we think is Billy around.
That pissed me off.
Just raising hell, and it turns out it's not even Billy. It's this little demon.
Because the sister just leaves him. Like, the dude opens the door, catches the egg, and they just leave him. I was like, really? He just
real, like the sister and her boyfriend, just go up and leave after he hits him with an egg.
Yeah. So
that was ridiculous.
That was that one. The next one we talked about it. That was the one where the kids came to find the other kid whose eyeball was like scooped out of their face because those adults were taking kids and mutilating them and taking pictures like they're eating their eyeballs and stuff like that.
It was just random as fuck. Like there was no explanation. That's why I said I was wondering if they were inspired by like Quentin Tarantino.
Oh, that's what I was going to say. So I think every story had different directors. So I don't think the movie itself had one director. They were all different stories by different writers, directors, all of that. So there was a bunch of hands in the different stories. So who knows? Some of these directors could have been, but I don't know any of them. Let's see. So the other one was, this one I didn't really care too much for. It was the one with the bullies. It was like a girl and two boys, and this guy summoned a demon to get revenge on them killing his parents.
It was like a lot of build up to where it was like, okay, that's it. Just
right.
And then the monster, the devil, was like, all right, bro, this is the worst practical.
Oh, that monster was horrible.
Like everything else, like I'm not saying it's Oscar worthy, but like passable. But this one was the worst. Like practical effects, man.
That one's my least favorite story.
The
Grinning Ghost, that's the one that's behind Lamar. Let me see. Ding Dong, it's the garbage lady from The Walking Dead, where she wants a baby so bad she gets excited when the kids are trick-or-treating, and she acts like I think she actually did eat the dog or killed the dog, but she
that was my least favorite, because I was like, what the fuck is the point in this?
You said it was whose favorite?
That was my least favorite.
Oh, your least favorite.
I hated the makeup with the red face. She was like,
that
with the multiple arms.
That was dumb.
Very dumb. And then what set her off with her husband was the fact that he let the mom whose son was lost. Called her to come and get the boy, so that pissed her off. That's where she lost it and killed.
He knew she would be pissed off. I mean, he wanted to be killed. He wanted to be free from that relationship.
I could.
This Means War. That's the one with the guy. I guess every Halloween he decorates his house big time, and then these new people come and they're partiers and just start being loud and stuff, and then they start going back and forth. And
it was just ridiculous. It was like, but so it's like. Seeing how ridiculous it was, I wasn't bothered really by any story like that. It was just kind of like everything's just ridiculous. So it is what it is.
I was like, oh, they're gonna hate me. But and then they both get impaled during their fight. Let's see. Friday the 31st was really ridiculous out of all of these. I thought that was the one with the hatchet-like character who killed the girl.
That's my favorite because I was just laughing. It was so fucking ridiculous.
When she was getting chased, right? And she ran into the barn. So I thought so. I tried to catch on to it, like, oh, they're playing, like they're role playing, and somebody's gonna think it's serious and kill him. Because then when they go in the barn, it looks like people are just literally laying there like this, like play dead. They're just like. And then the alien shit, I was like, what the fuck is going on? They dropped the alien off and he's like, trick or treat. Like, what?
He just stomps on him like nothing.
He kept going.
I definitely got a good laugh out of that one.
I couldn't understand it.
The next one was also hella funny too.
The ransom one.
Yeah,
that's the one where they take the kid for ransom.
It's funny, we were talking about John what's his name? John Lannis, the guy that did movies, and I was like, oh shit, that's the guy. I know he didn't direct the movies, he just started in it. And it makes sense because he did American Werewolf in London or whatever. That's what he's known for like making horror movies.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but when I've seen this before, I didn't know who he was. I've just started like hearing his name a lot and seeing his face. So when I saw him, I was like, oh shit, that's him.
I was like, oh shit, douchebag. That's what I said.
But it was just like, he was like, oh, you guys messed up. And he just like his phone. Like, hey. And then he got this like, hey, he just showed up 5 years ago. And he wouldn't leave.
Yeah. They're just like, did he just hung up? Like, the dude, like, it was just like a slapstick comedy.
Yeah.
More like that. But that was the kid that we thought we thought it was what's his name? That was a little devil kid.
Billy.
The same one.
Yeah. So it's like, not as good as Trick or Treat, but it's like same thing where it's like all these stories have to get all these stories are in the same place, same town.
Yeah.
Almost. What was I gonna say? So that one, it was like slapstick funny because they're like trying to get this money, the guy won't take them, and like they keep calling him back.
Yeah.
And the kid is like fucking with them, and then they go to throw him in the river, and he just keeps like popping back up. The end when he goes to the store and comes in the car, and he's just sitting there, and he's
eating the cat.
He's just
like you saw it. So that's that one. And then the last one was the Killer Pumpkins. Or the Killer Pumpkin.
Bad seed. Damn.
Where the pumpkin ate the guy's hand, ate the kid, and then the cops go and find the big pumpkin patch or whatever the hell you call it. Like,
and that was
when I said I noticed the callback when they were in the police station, and they were like, she was like, "What's all that on you guys' hands?" He was like, "It was a kid ate hella chocolate and ate his babysitter."
I was like,
"Oh." And I was like, maybe they did this to the whole thing, and I just didn't catch
the last story.
Was like one of the cops was Adam Green, the guy that did Hatchet. All the Hatchet.
Yeah, I think he was in the This Means War story too.
I know it wasn't. Like because like some of these people play different characters, or maybe he's just only one.
I think they were the. I'm not gonna rewatch it, but maybe I'm thinking they're the same character. They just happen to be in different places. Because that backyard scene, wasn't that the backyard where they were killing the kids and shit? Wasn't that the same backyard?
No. Where in the where the pumpkins were?
Yeah.
I don't know. But I mean, was Adam Green the cop in the last story and the cop in the This Means War story? Because then that makes sense.
Shit. But I mean,
I might watch it again. But the girl from the one with the little alien and the guy in the barn, she showed up in This Means War. She was one of the onlookers that was watching them fight. So people showed up, and then
I think that's where I got confused because I thought it was the same thing, but then I didn't realize it was two different things. Because I paused it, or it's weird because I watched a lot of it last night and I finished it today. So during that time, I got those two stories confused because when you watch it on Tubi, you can't just resume it.
Right.
When you start watching it, you have to go back and so I pay close attention to like the minutes, the time it was.
Oh, so you know where you left off at.
Yeah. So that's where it kind of got. I thought This Means War was between the hatchet looking dude and the alien possessing the girl.
Those were your two favorites?
Was it?
You thought they were the
I thought that was called This Means War. Yeah. No, yeah, my two favorites were the hatchet looking guy fighting the possessed girl that was, possessed by the alien. And then the next story were like the ransom thing.
Yeah.
Because those were just crazy. Like they were falls out crazy over the top.
This was my favorite. The one with the boy goes to the devil. The way it happened pissed me off. But I just thought the shit that the midget was doing was fucking hilarious. Like I thought that shit was funny.
The little person.
And just to see with running when she walks by and he literally is running with his arms out. They didn't even try. Yeah. They didn't even try.
But she ran like she didn't see him, and all of a sudden you see him chasing her.
See him do the stupid ass run. It's like you can't be seen. That shit was funny.
Yeah, the ransom one was, I would probably say that one was my favorite one, but a lot of them, they're kind of like just even, with the exception of that one with the three bullies that got killed by the demon. That was my least favorite. And then the one with the little alien was kind of ridiculous. So for the most part, they were all equally as enjoyable and equally as ridiculous. But, yeah, I needed you guys to watch this because I saw this movie a long time ago. I just happened to watch it. And then I started watching it every year, and I was like, I'm gonna make them watch this movie.
Well, I was supposed to watch it with.
You watch this shit every year?
You do? I don't. I wouldn't go as that far. I enjoyed it, but I don't know if it's something I would watch every year for Halloween. Like I do have my movies I would watch, but
Yeah.
this one I would have to watch with a group of people if they wanted to watch it every year. Trick or Treat, which some people could probably compare it to. They're two different films, but when you come to like anthology series that take place on Halloween, I can see why these two movies might be compared. But Trick or Treat, I would go back to watch. I watch every single year, especially during Halloween.
You ever watch like the ABCs of Death? They were on Netflix or VHS.
Nah,
I would compare this to like those kinds of movies.
those ones. Okay.
Yeah, because they're more. Well, this one actually takes place on the same night because, like I said, some of the characters spill into the other story. So in that regard, it is like Trick or Treat because it's the same town, same night, different story.
Yeah. But yeah, no, they're totally two different films. Completely different films. Yeah, same night, Halloween, but that's where the similarity ends when it comes to these two.
Lamar, were you trying to get your sound situated or what's up?
No, my fucking Wi-Fi started breakdancing while you were talking, so it was like.
I could hear it. I was waiting to break so that way we can.
I was trying to keep a serious face the whole time, like, Well, I was trying to.
They're gonna be like, Lamar is just not caring about this. But so this was a quick and easy discussion. So how many stars would you give it? Like just based on not how good the film is, but like how much you enjoyed it. What would you give? How many stars would you give it? I'd give it like 3.
I would give it 2.5.
I'd give it 2.
Yeah.
You didn't hate it. You just.
I didn't. You know what? I didn't hate it because I recognized what it was early on.
So would you prefer this or Idle Hands, Lamar?
This.
Damn.
Yeah.
I watched you guys' reaction like 10 times when I said I didn't like it. Both of you guys lean back like, what?
I didn't think you would hate it. I was like,
I hate
you
it.
didn't like it, but yeah.
But we're talking about like you hated the beginning thing. There wasn't like I liked it at first.
So Tasha got caught up in me saying I was irritated. I didn't mean I saw the beginning scene and like, oh fuck the rest of this movie. When I say I'm irritated, I thought back to the beginning and it was just like it just wasn't funny all the way through. So I was irritated with the movie in general. That doesn't mean I just sat like a Grinch, like I'm not gonna laugh at anything. It just irritated to the whole thing.
Oh man, I forgot to talk about budget and that stuff. Whatever. Okay.
Wait. I want to know the budget.
Well, we gotta put our things back, our backgrounds back.
I need to know. Like, since you told me the budgets of the other ones, I know this budget.
So the budget, there actually wasn't a budget, but there were box office numbers. I couldn't find the budget anywhere.
For Halloween Resurrection?
No, for Tales of Halloween. No, I was talking about for the other movie.
Oh, Tales of Halloween came out in theaters?
Yeah, it came out in theaters.
I did not know that.
Yeah, I don't know what the budget was, but it was it made $416,000.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
But it got a 77% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Because I can see it being a guilty pleasure. I can see people putting that shit on. Like Josh said, when you got hella people, you just drinking and smoking and laughing. I can see that happening.
Yeah, definitely.